Yeah, especially if Steph doesn't play, if LeBron doesn't play, they're going to need somebody who's got that carryover experience when we come back on the Burns and Gambo Show. How robust is the market for Kyler Murray, and what market factors are working against Kyler Murray? That's next on Burns and Gambo.
Join Arizona Sports April 11th in Tempe for the 22nd annual Pats Run, presented by Tech Systems. This 4.2-mile run-walk finishes on the 42-yard line at Mountain America Stadium, home of the ASU Sun Devils. Bring the whole family. Kids can take part in the .42-mile Kids Run, presented by Shields and Phoenix Children's Hospital. Honor Pat Tillman's legacy and help support the Tillman scholars who carry it forward. After the run, it's the Tillman Tailgate, presented by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Enjoy live music, food trucks, and vendor activations outside the stadium. Learn more and sign up today at patsrun.org.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541. Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck now. What I do?
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about recharging me, coming out from my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
On a sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
I figured I'd get a machine. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Great people. It's a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax. They know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. I haven't done it that close. I would absolutely ever do it.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Everybody, Dan Bickley here, and if you're hurt in an accident, it is so important that you get medical. Presentation quickly so Sweet James can help you with medical care with your car and getting you the most money for your injuries. Remember, you pay nothing at all until they win your case. Call Sweet James at 800-9-MILLION, 800-9-MILLION, SweetJames.com. Proud partner of your Phoenix Suns.
At Sally, the All-American Smasher is at the top of the burger food chain. Get it hand smashed, made to order with a side of medium drink for just $6. That's not just a big deal. That's a giant, massive, gargantuan, humongousaurus Rex of a honking big deal for just $6. A deal this big shouldn't cost this little. Get the Sonic $6 All-American Smasher meal today.
Tax not included. Exclusions apply.
Sprint Car Series is coming to Central Arizona Raceway this weekend for the Sonoran Clash. Come on out and watch Arizona's best take on racers from all over the country this Saturday and Sunday. It's affordable, it's fun for the whole family, and the weather is going to be perfect for a weekend of wheel-to-wheel high-speed action. Racing starts at 3 both days, and all the event info you need is at centralazraceway.com. The new Central Arizona Raceway at the Pinal County Fairgrounds in Casa Grande.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Live from the Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort Studio.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
I'm Mitch Vareldes with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heat, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Phoenix Suns back in action tonight. They're looking to bounce back from the offensive struggle they had on Sunday against Portland. They host the Boston Celtics at the Mortgage Matchup Center. Phoenix provided health updates on Dylan Brooks and Jordan Goodwin today. Brooks underwent successful surgery on his left hand fracture yesterday, and he'll be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks. Jordan Goodwin will be reevaluated in 1 to 2 weeks after he suffered a left hamstring on Saturday. So no Booker, Brooks, or Goodwin. Grayson Allen is questionable going into this one. The Celtics will be without Jalen Brown. He's out due to a knee contusion. Tip-off is at 7. Pre-game coverage will start at 6 right here on 98.7 at the Arizona Sports app. Diamondbacks up in surprise today, taking on the Rangers, and they have carved out a little bit bigger of a lead since we last spoke. It's top of the 8th inning right now, 5-2 Diamondbacks in this one. As far as some notables, Ketel Marte hit his first home run of the spring. He finished 1 for 3. Carlos Santana had 2 hits in 3 ABs. Alec Thomas went 2 for 4 with a run scored and a run driven in. And then a double dose of college hoops tonight. ASU's in Fort Worth. They're going to face TCU. Tip-off is at 7. We've got that one starting at 6:30 over on ESPN 620 and the Arizona Sports app. And then number 2, Arizona, they're also in Texas, but they're in Waco. They face Baylor. Tip-off for the Cats is also at 7. This report is brought to you by Babbo Italian Eatery. On February 25th, hey, that's tomorrow. So tomorrow, dine at any of Babbo's 7 Valley locations to raise money for pancreatic cancer research. In honor of founder Ken Pollock, a huge baseball fan, support the cause. Details at babboitalian.com.
Hey everybody, it's Dan Bickley, and believe it or not, football is back. We'll update you on any and all of the developments out of the Scouting Combine in Indianapolis. Fun begins at 6 a.m. on Arizona Sports, the Arizona Sports app, the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Will you tip jar the Clash for me, please? With London Colin. Thank you very much. 3 o'clock hour here on the Burns and Gambo Show. Hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us here on this Tuesday afternoon. Hello to the YouTube audience. Today,
it's Munich calling for the Lions.
It is, and it will, not at all what we were going to be talking about here, but since you brought it up, as these international games get announced, there are several of them for which the Cardinals could be an option.
Not Detroit.
Not Detroit. They're the only one so far in which they could not be an option.
I would freaking love that. Munich is awesome.
Every other one that's been announced so far, the Cardinals are at least a potential opponent for the other international games. I'll have to go back and look through my notes to see which ones they are. It's like San Francisco and Mexico City.
Yeah.
There's a couple of others where the Cardinals could be the opposition because they've got that team on their schedule.
That main Disney castle when you go to Disney?
Yes.
That was made after the Neuschwanstein Castle, which is about a hour drive from Munich. Beautiful, beautiful castle.
Okay. Well, then you go see your boy Amon Ross St. Brown.
Yes.
Munich. You can do that if you wanted to.
Yeah, he's got ties to Munich.
Monty Austin-Fort today from the Scouting Combine in Indianapolis, talking about the dialogue he's had with Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I've always had a good dialogue with Kyler, and I'd say it wasn't up to what Kyler wanted. It wasn't up to what any of us wanted as the season as a whole. And so when you had the kind of year that we had, there's a lot of room for improvement. And so we got to find a way to do that, not only at that position, at all positions. But that's what we're all focused on, is getting better and moving forward.
We want to thank the Arizona Cardinals Radio Network for providing us with that sound. He went on to say, I know the quarterback situation is on everyone's mind. All options are on the table, still going through the process. Monty's not showing his hand.
No.
Mike LaFleur is out there. He's not showing his hand.
Yeah, we reached out. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but he reached back out to me, and we'll keep it at that, just like I'm going to keep all the conversations with everyone on our team, between us.
And again, that was from today's scouting combine in Indianapolis.
Yeah, this Kyler Murray thing is going to be fascinating. I think listen, if they wanted Kyler Murray to be their quarterback, they would have said it. Jonathan Gannon was very good about saying, that's my guy, he's not going anywhere. By not saying anything and being so buttoned up, they're saying everything.
Yes.
Right? Kyler Murray's not going to be on this football team.
Yes.
Unless they can't trade him or they can't cut him. But they can. They can get off this contract. This is the year that they can get off it. The Miami Dolphins are not such a good situation with Tua. They're kind of screwed.
Daphne.
And yet everybody thinks that they're still going to get off. They're still going to do it.
So what Mitch's Broncos did with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That was what, $75, $80 million, whatever it was that they cut, and they ended up, having a great team this year. So he's gone. It's just a matter of how he's gone. You want to talk about some of these crazy stats?
Yeah, I do. Because this is officially my favorite thing that we're going to talk about today. This comes from Warren Sharp, who him and his website, they cover the NFL.
Yeah.
Real good, real intelligent NFL analysis. This is your find, so I'm going to put you on the podium on this one.
You start to think about the Jets. You start to think about cold weather. You start to think about wind outdoors. Kyler Murray, 41 games played in his career, one game with the temperatures below 45 degrees. In 41 games spanning 4 years, Kyler Murray has played in one game when the temperature was less than 45 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That may not bode well for a cold weather team. Let's take it to another one.
I think it's safe to say that does not bode well for a cold weather team.
That doesn't mean he can. It's just he has no experience.
We don't have it. Yeah, exactly.
Kyler Murray has played only 12 games outdoors since 2022.
Okay, that's
12.
Crazy.
29% outdoors. 41 games played, 12 outdoors. So he's only played 12 outdoor football games.
That's hard to believe. Only because San Francisco's outdoors, Seattle is outdoors.
I missed games.
And I know there are missed games in there, but that's okay. That one I'm having a hard time processing.
It's an absurdly low number of games played outdoors.
Having a hard time processing that one, but okay, continue.
All right, wind. 41 wind. You get that in New York when you were playing at the Meadowlands. There's a lot of wind playing there. It's not as bad as Chicago, but there's a lot of wind in the Meadowlands. It's like a sump area, like where they built the stadium. You get like these open gusts of winds. We used to think back in the day that when certain field goal kickers were lining up to kick a field goal, they would open like these gigantic doors that were on like the north end to let the wind go through, and the kickers would miss the field goals.
Yeah, all sorts of mafia hits buried out there where that stadium is. All sorts of them.
In 41 games spanning 4 years, Kyler Murray has played once with winds at 15 miles per hour. One game in the wind.
Okay.
He's played one game with wind.
Good. This is really good. You got another one for me?
I got one more.
Okay,
I got
one more.
Precipitation.
Okay.
Not anticipation, making you wait. Precipitation.
Not hallucination?
No.
Not
anticipation. 41 games, 4 years. He's played with rain once. Once he's played where it's actually been raining.
That can't be right.
This is Warren Sharp.
Okay, but
crazy stat number 3. In 41 games spanning 4 years, guess how many games Kyler Murray's played in any kind of precipitation?
That is one.
One.
Okay. I trust this website. That one feels impossible. He played in Seattle.
Says since 2022.
Okay. So it's not okay. Thank you for clarifying that. So since 2022, he's played.
Yeah, so 22, 23, 24, 25.
Okay. So this was so I kind of jumped the gun on this one.
This is all in
the last 4 years. This isn't at the beginning of his career.
This is all since 2022.
That's my bad. I was thinking the duration of his career.
No,
these are just
41
in
games.
the last 4 years. Okay.
In the last 4 years, he's played one game in which there's even been a drizzle.
I withdraw all my disputes over said numbers because it's just over the last 4 years.
It's still a long time.
It is.
Like, that's what they're pointing out. Like, the last 4 years, this guy hasn't played in the cold. He hasn't played in the rain. He hasn't played in the wind. And he's barely played outdoors. So you want him, Jets?
How much of an impact does this have?
I don't.
How much? At the end of the day, what does this have to do with the price of tea and China?
I would say, okay, here's my honest opinion. I would say little. I would be somewhat concerned if I'm a cold weather team that he's not an experienced guy. I would question his, the hand size is always a factor in cold weather and things like that. But this doesn't mean he can't play there. I mean, he played college football in Oklahoma. right?
Yeah,
I mean it's kind of cold there and rainy and windy
a little bit. Yeah.
But I don't know. Should it be maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it should be a factor. Maybe maybe you're like, why would we want to get this guy? This guy's never played in these type of conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I would think this is very specifically a New York Jets. They're going to have to think about this just a little bit, to make sure. I don't know, like, if any other team he could potentially go to. We talk about the Vikings. We talk about the Falcons. We talk about the Dolphins. We talk about, there are a few other places where Kyler could end up. It always ends up seeming to focus on the New York Jets. I think a lot of it, too, depends on what kind of an offense do you plan on running with Kyler Murray. Is it going to be a quick pass? Short throws, quick out, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to ask him to run a lot, probably doesn't matter what the precipitation is going to be or what the wind is going to be.
Natural grass, turf.
If you're not going to have him throw the ball particularly deep, then it probably doesn't matter as much in terms of the weather. I think a lot of it depends on the kind of offense you're asking him to run and whether he's going to run a lot or whether he's going to throw the ball down the field a lot. If he's not going to throw the ball down the field, I don't know if it matters.
Well, don't you think
much.
you would design an offense more for him?
I do.
I don't think the offense he's going to run is going to be predicated on 100%. What he does well.
And I think that might be more screens, that might be shorter passes, that might be quick releases, that might be getting the ball out faster, that might be him running, and then I don't think it's weather dependent that much.
And he might complain. When people ask him,
he might.
Hey, how come you don't go downfield?
Yeah, he might.
Because when I asked him that question last year, he got kind of annoyed.
A little bit. Arizona Sports has teamed up with Earnhardt Auto Centers to support boys and girls clubs of the Valley by collecting new or gently used sports gear to help get kids in the game. To donate and learn more, text the word gear to 620-620. Does Sunday give us a taste of what we could expect the Suns to be doing going forward, given their injuries? That's coming up on Burns and Gambo.
D-backs 2026 Cactus League season is underway.
1-2. That one swung on and drilled. High and deep. It's got a chance on its way. Gone! A go-ahead two-run homer for Jorge Barosa. It's a six-run sixth inning, and the Diamondbacks in front 7-6.
The home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball. Arizona Sports on YouTube. The Arizona Sports app. Arizona Sports 98.7.
Low T, start for free for a limited time. Get prescription testosterone therapy with no startup fee. Only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Prescription testosterone gives you more energy, stamina, and it'll help you lose weight and lose that dad bod for good. You'll also think better, sleep better, and your love life will be better. Look, don't be fooled. Nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. So skip the gimmicks and get prescription strength testosterone now at Red Mountain Weight Loss. It's a game changer. So don't wait. If you've got low T, get started for free. Meet with a board-certified medical provider online with no waiting from the convenience of your home or office. Book today and feel like yourself again. Only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone. Keyword Red Mountain. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone. Real doctors. Real results.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Jackson Hewitt handles your taxes and your stress. Inhale on no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale, new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund? Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on petrol returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jetfromu.com/149.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hi, this is Stuart Willis, President of Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. A personal relationship with your financial advisor really matters. It's super important that you have the ability to talk about anything you need to with your advisor. So if you have been pushed off to a call center and you don't have a one-on-one relationship with your financial advisor, then reach out to us at assetpreservationwealth.com. That's assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor.
Hey, it's Vince Marotta. Join us Wednesday morning. Full recap of how the Suns did against the Celtics and a lot more. It all starts at 6 here on Arizona Sports 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Fountain Hills. Hello, Fountain Hills. Appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Hello, everybody on YouTube watching. Nice audience out there. Good chat. Good action on the chat. Checking in on it every now and then. A lot of conversation about Kirk Cousins there. a lot of conversation about the numbers that you just threw out there. People asking you to be quiet. We don't want the Jets to know that Curry hasn't played a lot outside or in the wind or in the rain or in the cold.
I mean, the Jets
keep it to yourself.
Listen, not for nothing. Like, he'd be the best quarterback they've had in a while. They've had crappy quarterbacks for a long time. I always say this to you, and I mean this. Kenny O'Brien was the last good quarterback they had.
You do always say that.
He was in the Dan Marino draft with John Elway. Kenny O'Brien, last good quarterback they had, Kenny O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else has sucked.
Technically, they had Sam Darnold.
True. Yeah, he wasn't any good when he was with them. Mark Sanchez wasn't any good. Like, they've had Chad Pennington. Like, he was okay. They've had terrible quarterbacks. Terrible quarterbacks. You know, there are franchises that go through this. There are a lot of franchises. The Browns. What do I always say about the Browns? Well, you guys have a good quarterback now with the Bears. But in my lifetime, the Bears never had a good quarterback. They never had a good quarterback till now. The last good Browns quarterback was Bernie Kosar.
Been a minute.
It's true.
It has been a minute. Yeah, there are some organizations that just wear it like that. Meantime, the Phoenix Suns, they're taking on the Celtics tonight. Jaylen Brown's been ruled out. He won't play, although I just saw some of the numbers for the Boston Celtics when they don't have Jaylen Brown, and something tells me they're going to be just fine without him. The numbers are really, really good.
Yeah.
Suns don't have Devin Booker.
Team.
Yeah, they're a good team. Well coached, buttoned up. I mean, all the things. No Devin Booker, no Dylan Brooks. He had a surgery yesterday. He's out. 4 to 6 weeks was the official timeline the Suns gave. You reported they're hoping optimistically it's going to be more like 4 to 5 weeks. Jordan Goodwin, he's going to be reevaluated in a week or two. Suns are going through a tough time right now. And in this tough time, and this was something that Kellen wrote about a couple of days ago, and this is something our friends over at Bright Side of the Sun have written about recently as well, it puts a lot of focus on the young guys.
Yeah.
Now, when I say the young guys, you're going to hear that, and not you, John Gambadoro, but you maybe out there if you're listening to the show, you're going to assume we're talking about Kaman Walawach and Rasheer Fleming. And to a certain extent, we are. But we're also talking about the Oso Iguodaros and the Ryan Dunns, kind of the sophomores on this team, and especially Ryan Dunn. He got the start the other day against Portland. He played a really poor game. His three-point shooting has not gotten any better.
He was 6 for 9. There was a stretch there over like 3 games. He was 6 for 9. You're like, Ryan Dunn, he's got the three-point shot figured out. It wasn't that long ago.
I know, but
it was like, oh, Ryan Dunn's on. But
his season numbers are.
I know.
I think they're down.
I know,
compared to a year ago. And defensively, and this is something, admittedly, I need to pay a little bit more attention to. But John Voight over at Bright Side of the Sun thinks that there's been real regression from Ryan Dunn defensively.
He, by the way, he just wrote a book. Phoenix Suns All-Time Pyramid.
Yeah, he did.
It's called Phoenix Suns All-Time Pyramid. He's one of the great guys that covers the Phoenix Suns for Bright Side of the Sun. Does a great job. So if you are a Suns fan, check out John Voight's page or just type in Phoenix Suns All-Time Pyramid. Great book.
He writes, quote, what is most frustrating is the defensive slippage. Guards blow by him. Stronger forwards put a shoulder into him and win. Dunn has the most to prove during this window. Because, as we talked about yesterday, look, you don't think there's going to be a ton of slippage in terms of the standings. You still think they're going to be the 7 or the 8?
I think because they've got 10 games against teams that aren't trying to win basketball games.
I'm a little more worried about the slippage just because I think they're going to miss the attitude of Dylan Brooks. So I'm worried about them slipping to 9-10. But either way, they're standing in the play-in tournament. It's hard to imagine they're going to fall out of that. I don't think that's going to happen, and I know you don't think that's. They do have a little bit of room for experimentation here. And okay, we need to play the young guys a little bit more. We need to play the Malawatches and the Flemings a little bit more because we're so thin. But what they really need is Ryan Dunn, especially where these injuries are taking place. They really need him to embrace and step into this big role. As far as Oso goes, and I agree with John on this one, I think Oso, unless he can figure out a way to shoot better, he might be this might be it for Oso. And that's fine. He's good. I mean, for the second-round pick, I think he plays very well for what they ask him to do. I don't know if there's a ton of room for improvement when it comes to Oso Ighodaro.
No, but his defense, his impact on the defensive end was his ability to switch is really, really important. And that's great. He doesn't have a shot. He has a floater. Yeah. He doesn't have a shot.
He doesn't shoot.
Like, he's 3 feet from the basket. Yeah. Like, he's not a guy that can shoot the basketball. He's not going to take threes. He's not even going to take a mid-range jumper. Anything outside of, like, 3 feet where he can't just kind of push it in, he floats it. Yeah. It's a float.
And that's why when I say he's hit his ceiling, that can be interpreted as a bad thing. I don't mean it as a bad thing. He's a good backup big in this league who can defend and who can switch. Unless you think his shot is going to get better, there just might not be much more to Oso's game, and that's fine. There needs to be more to Ryan Dunn's game. There needs to be. I don't just mean the three-point shooting either. Like.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.